I'm clicking. Okay, guys, so this is going to be a short video about something I've been speaking about recently. I've been involved in some experiments to save money. Something that we all hate doing is spending money on fuel for the car, right? So I was told some months ago about a way of saving 15%, 20%, sometimes more. And so I was testing it out over the last few months and been getting pretty incredible results. I'm pretty excited to say that. Well, I'll tell you a little bit in a minute about the results, but also now they've improved the formula. There's now a 5th generation version of what I've been using, which is even better. But I'm going to be talking about the results from the 4th generation. So one of the things that I did when I heard about it and it came out, I talked to people that were using it. Some of my friends were getting great results, but I wanted my brother, who's right here beside me, because he's a Mr. Cynic. I wanted him to test it out for me and check his mileage properly and what have you, and let me know what he got. So he did that for me. I didn't give him the tabs free. Before he told you, he had to buy the tabs. So he bought the tabs. He tested them. So let's just find out what happened. So hey, bro, how's it going?
All right, Ethan, how you doing?
All good, all good. So listen. Tell them what happened. So what first of all, I know you've got 2 vehicles, but you only tested it in one of those vehicles, right? The one that you use for work, right?
I did. That's correct. Yes, I tested it in my Honda CR-V, which is a 2-litre petrol, or as your American friends will say, gasoline. And it is a automatic. Absolutely shocking on fuel, but having seen some other testimonies, I've seen people in America getting 15 to the gallon, which is mind-blowingly bad. But here in the UK, I was getting 22 miles to the gallon. Now, obviously, I know that they have different measurements, both with gallons. Our gallons are different to American gallons. They're 4.54 litres. And so before I started, I did a check on the amount of fuel that my car held, and it held 10 gallons, which is 45 litres. Okay. And did a normal run. Now, I must say, I work as a gardener, and all my journeys are really short. They're like 3 kilometres maximum. So it's a lot of stopping, starting, stopping, starting. And it's auto, and auto is worse in this particular make and model of car than a manual, right, or stick shift, as you would call it in America. So I did a check, and I was getting about 22 miles to the gallon. So as it's a 10-gallon tank, that's 220 miles to the tank. Okay. I did my first fuel tab about 6-7 weeks ago now. I know I could have probably got away with using half a tab because, as I say, it's only a 10-gallon tank, but I couldn't be bothered to break the tablet in half because that's a lot of effort.
So much effort.
Threw the tablet in, and I thought I'd give it a good start. Threw the tablet in, did my first full tank. Now, I didn't really trust being a cynic, as you've already introduced me as a cynic. I will play up to that field because I am. Yes, I am. I didn't trust the actual technology in the car. So I worked it all out, how much I'd put in, how many miles I'd gone.
Hold on. That's a pretty good, worthwhile comment, because the computer's readouts aren't always accurate. Sometimes they can be, off a bit. So the best way to do it is manually to fill your tank up, take a note of your miles, drive until you need to fill it up again, take another note of your miles and see how much fuel you had to put in. That's the way you did it, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Right.
But to my
you did it. I know, you know me, I'm going to interrupt, but you did it doing the drive because you do a specific type of driving all the time. So you didn't change your driving strategy or anything?
No. I mean, each week is pretty much the same. I usually use a tank of gas a week. That's tank of gas. God, my God, listen to me. Tank of petrol. Each week. So, and it's roughly the same. I do the same 50 or so customers. So, you know, I'm pretty much going to the same houses, same streets, maybe some slight differences, but nothing,
Right.
nothing.
So the driving is as near identical as you can get. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Carry on.
So without the tablet, 22 miles to the gallon. The first tablet that I put in, that moved up to 25 miles to the gallon.
Okay.
Also, I can't say whether this is correct or not, but my emissions light was on, which I was told was a sensor in my exhaust telling me that my emissions
That
were high.
happens sometimes because it does change the emissions, and sometimes it lowers the toxins coming out. So sometimes there's a wobble, temporary wobble, while the car's going, what the hell, what's going on?
Well, it actually went off because it had been on for about 4 weeks and it went off. So it was telling
right.
telling me that it was better, but could have been coincidence. So I'm not going to.
No. It's common. It's common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving forward a few weeks, I've now had 3 tablets in, 3 tanks of fuel.
Yeah.
And I am now up to 28, just over miles per gallon. So
22 to 28.
So it's basically an extra 6 miles per gallon. So that actually equates, if you do the maths, I think that works out at 27%, but let's say 25 to round it down to Mr. Cynic in me.
No, you can't change the maths. It's 27%. You can't round it down because you're a cynic. That 2 plus is 4, but we're going to round it down to 3 because I'm cynical about. No, you can't be cynical about math. It's 27%.
I can be cynical about anybody that says the word math. It's maths.
As you know, my audience is largely US people, so I like to speak their lingo, and I'm translating for them.
For all you American people, it's maths. It comes from mathematics, not math.
Yeah, but mathematics. They have got an argument. I'll give them that. They don't speak proper English, but that abbreviation is not too bad. All right.
So anyway, that equates to about 16, 17 pounds or quid, as we would say in the lingo, per tank. I'm doing a tank a week. So whatever 50 times 17 pounds.
Hold on. Let me just work that out. Live. It's not live because we're recording it, but kind of live. Hold on. You're saving how much per week?
So you're looking at about 17 pounds a week.
15 times 52 equals.
Remember, the tablet costs £4 here in the UK, so that's 13 times 52.
Okay, so it's £884 total less the cost of the tab. So that's a bit too much to work out live.
That's £200 roughly for the tablets for a year.
All right, so
doing one a week.
It's nearly £700. Yeah, nearly £700 of saving in a year, and £700 is a lot of money. You could come and visit me in Brazil for £700, more or less.
Well, I could do, or I could have a week's all inclusive in Spain. So, you know.
So there you have it, 27% saving. That, depending on how much driving that you're doing, could be, well, it's a significant amount of money to save. But and that's not taking into account the fact that it actually reduces your maintenance costs on your engine. It reduces the amount of times you need to change your oil, because your oil lasts longer because it doesn't get so filthy. And you're not polluting the world so much. You know, it reduces the toxins coming out of your exhaust by up to about 85%, which is why your emissions light went off.
But more importantly, I saved 600 quid.
more than, yeah. So it's really win-win-win. You pretty much have to be a moron to not do this. You really do, because it's going to save you a load of money. It's going to help the planet. This technology has been out 15 years. It's never ever damaged a vehicle. Anyone thinks, well, what if it damages? It doesn't. At 15 years, there's never been a claim because it doesn't. You can't damage with better fuel. You know, if it was making the fuel worse, there'd be an argument. It's better fuel. It's improving the quality of the fuel. So you really would have to be a moron to not do this, in my opinion.
Well, talking of morons,
right?
I do have a little story to tell you.
All right.
I have a friend who I've been friends with now for probably best part of 40 years.
Okay.
And he's a bit of a skinflint, a little bit, you know, he likes to watch his pennies and his
I know who
pounds.
you're talking about. Right.
Yeah, I think you probably do. And I was telling him about it because why wouldn't you want to pass on this information to somebody to help them save money? And he's a bit of a skeptic as well. And he made a few excuses. And to be honest, I thought, well, if you can't see that, then there's no point in chatting with you. And you're going to find people like that. You're going to find people who jump on it, and you're going to find people who look for every excuse not to do it. And that's fair enough. There are all sorts of people out there. But the joke of it was, within a week, he'd phoned me and said, hey, Gareth, I'm in an area I don't really know. I know you've got that app on your phone, which tells you where the closest petrol stations are. He said, can you have a look at it on it for me? He said, because I want to get it as cheap as possible. And I didn't say anything, but I had a little look and I said, well, the cheapest one is about 8 miles from where you are, which is about 12 kilometers. I said, and it's 2 pence cheaper than the one that's about a mile away from where you are. He said, okay. And he told me later that he drove there to save
drove the 8 miles.
Drove the 8 miles to save 2 pence to fill up his okay, so he's probably saved £1, but he doesn't want to put a fuel tab in. Oh no.
You can't make it up, can you?
You can't, but that's some people. But so even when you think you're doing somebody a favor and letting them know about this, you're not going to get 100% of people saying, let's do it. But that's just people around the world, isn't it? So
Not
don't
my
be
friends.
disappointed.
I just make out not my friends, but yeah, your friends, I get it.
It's still my friend. He's just a bit mad.
All right, that's absolutely brilliant. Really, thank you for sharing that with us. You're one, as you know, of many people that I've told this about who have had, you know, similar results. Some of them, one of my friends say $500 in her first month. I think that's correct, something like that. I might be getting the details slightly out now, but huge savings, better for the environment, better performance from your car, cleaner running. I mean, there's just absolutely no reason not to do it. So listen, if you would like to try these, and also you can test them out for as little as $25. Personally, I would spend $50 because it's a better price pro rata per tab. So I'd spend $50 if I was you to try it. That's all your investment to try it. And that $50 is going to return you on average, probably around, what my experience is, around $250 that you're now not going to spend that you would have before. What's not to love about this?
Before you go,
yeah.
Just because I know what people are like in comments, he's my older brother.
But I don't know why people would comment about that, but yeah, I'm older but look younger. It's a weird thing. All right. Thanks so much, Gareth. I will be talking to a few more people as well, and making a few other videos, but I appreciate you sharing that 27% cheaper for a couple of dollars or a couple of quid. Bye.